because pharmacy is a profession that advances on a day-to-day basis. I felt that from my bachelor's degree, there was a lot of areas that I just wasn't prepared for. From the beginning, it was a challenge and it would allow me to keep up with current practice. The online program at CU actually allowed me to complete the program and not have to worry about going away to campuses, unlike some of the other programs where you have to meet at certain areas to get away to focus on cases. If you're worried about having a family and worried about going back to school, you can do that with this program because it gives you the flexibility to complete the degree and still have a personal life outside of that. It is a challenge. I mean, I won't deny that. It takes a lot of dedication to be able to go in and complete a program under the constraints of having a family, having a full-time job. But the flexibility of the program allows you to focus on all of that and still complete the program in a reasonable amount of time.
I would recommend this program to anyone that needed flexibility. They were looking to continue their education, but they needed to acknowledge that they have a family, that they have another life. And also it enabled me to work at the same time and not just take that time off. Having an online program did make taking it much easier. It would enable me to incorporate my work life, keeping my full-time job, and also spending time with my family. It allowed me to continue to do that, not be away from them. Just right for me. I would do the program again. I found it very interesting, very helpful with my profession, my work life. I really enjoyed doing it. As far as my profession and future, I haven't made any plans at the moment to change where I'm at right now, but I think it opens up opportunities for me. If I see something that looks interesting, a job opening, and I believe I'll have a little bit better chance of moving forward if that's my desire.
I think I'd recommend it again because of its flexibility, also because of the excellent support from the staff that you receive, and because it does combine didactic and practical training. It really is an excellent experience to help anybody in their practice. I had been out of school for about 10 years before I started the program, so it was an excellent refresher for me for my knowledge and my knowledge base, and it's helped me in my practice. It certainly was a significant commitment, but I think in the end it's been a very rewarding experience. What I really liked about the program was it was flexible, where it let me choose courses, make up my own schedule that way, but it was also structured so that a unit, for example, would open up on Monday and finish on Sunday, so it kept me on track. And at the same time, it let me have some flexibility in my schedule.
I would recommend it because I think, and I have actually got friends who are going through other universities, I won't name names, and I have seen some of the coursework they've done, and it was, to me, not well put together at all. It didn't seem to have any logical flow. They do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and kind of chopped around it, and I didn't care for it, so I realized at that time that maybe Colorado had really put a good program together. I was actually drawn to it because I was working in conjunction with a couple of friends. We'd all decided to go into it together, and we kind of hashed around the different programs out there and decided Colorado was the best. At the time, for most of us, it was because we could do our rotations in Canada, which was really important when we had younger children, and the fact we could take 6 years to do it, and also that we didn't really were obliged to come to Colorado, which sometimes we could or couldn't do. So for me, with my children being so young, that was really important to be able to stay home. It would have been impossible to have done a PharmD program without doing it online.
Well, originally I go back to school because that is the trend. All the new grads have this Doctor of Pharmacy degree. In order to make me more marketable, I decided to change school. And I'm very glad that I changed to University of Colorado Denver. So I really like the online program. I would definitely recommend University of Colorado Denver to anybody else. It's a great program. I enjoy online education because it's very flexible. I can work full time, and also I can study, at any time. I can stay late, and it was very flexible. It works with my schedule. Finishing a PharmD is just the beginning.
As time went and the longer I was out of school, there seemed to be more of a gap between me and the pharmacy students as they were coming out. I had an easier time precepting in the beginning, but as time progressed, I had a harder and harder time relating to the students and being able to meet their needs as they were going through the rotations with me. I had started thinking about going back to school, and probably the program I'd heard the most about was the University of Florida, because that seemed to be the most common name thrown out there. But actually, I received a flyer in the mail, and I took the time to read through it, and I thought, wow, this offers maybe even more flexibility for my schedule than what I'd heard about from peers who'd gone through the University of Florida program. So I thought, hey, this might actually work for me. I would recommend this program to someone else because of the flexibility that it offers, and I actually have.
I did it for the knowledge. I really used my PharmD to help me in my career because I precept students already, and I think that it just helped me with that. It made me more rounded, but I just definitely think it made me a better pharmacist. Now that I look back, I would do it again. You really have to be committed to the program to, there's going to be some challenges, but you really have to be committed when you start to know why you're doing it. Being able to do the online program from home was very convenient. Everybody in the program was just very helpful. It's like they understood, and I understand now that some of the people that work here are, graduates from the program, and so I think they understand what you're going through.